Okay, so the next episode of Star Trek The Next Generation is called The Last Outpost. And this is the first episode that ever had the Ferengi in it. And so, Picard and the gang are like going along, and there's a Ferengi ship, and they're like, I don't know anything about Ferengi at all, but suddenly nothing's working, we can't go anywhere, we're stuck. It must be the Ferengi. And they're like, Ferengi, what are we gonna do? They're like, oh no, we can't stop, we can't get away, we have to surrender to the Ferengi. We're gonna call them up, and they're like, hey, we want to discuss surrender. And the Ferengi are like, we're never going to surrender to you just because you've got our ship stuck so we can't even move. And then they're like, shut up, hang up the phone there. And he's like, what? They're in the same boat as we are. It's not them making us not be able to go anywhere. It's something else. It must be the planet. So, because they're next to a planet. Did I forget to mention? They're right next to a planet. So they beam down in a little, like, away team. Riker's there. The usual suspects. And the Ferengi beam down a bunch of people. And they're kind of acting like really, like, cartoon villains. Like, and they have, like, they're wearing fur, and they have whips that are laser whips. And Tasha Yar comes too, because she's the chief of security. She always comes. And so the Ferengi are like, what? You have a woman working for you? Everybody is always super impressed by this, okay? There's a woman. She's the chief of security. She's wearing clothes. I am amazed and disgusted and a little bit turned on because I'm a Ferengi. And they're like, yeah, no big deal. They walk around in this planet. I really don't remember what happens. They try to fight each other. Like, they try to shoot each other, but the planet kind of absorbs the energy and, like, goes bing, 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 all around. Everybody, like, I don't quite remember this episode very well. To tell you the truth, I know they're a Ferengi. In the end, a guy comes who is, like, not a real guy. He's sort of like a fake guy, I think, like left over from, like, long ago. And Riker goes to just chat with him. The Ferengi are going, look, they're horrible. They have, like, gold pinned to their uniforms. Also, they have women who are wearing clothes, which we know is unnatural. And the guy's like, these Ferengi are crazy. And they have a chat, and Riker says, these Ferengi are a lot like we were when we were greedy and selfish, and now we're super enlightened and wonderful and just don't mind the racist episode that we just had. And then he's like, oh, so should I destroy the Ferengi because they're not as good as you? And he's like, no, because we used to be them and we want them to evolve, and we are nice people. Did I mention we're enlightened? We're kind of also a bit full of ourselves. So then they all get to leave, and they're like, that was a great episode. And that's The Last Outpost. Bye!